Okay, welcome to another edition of Lion News. Lion News can be found at lionnews00.blogspot.com. Okay, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about a few different concepts. Essentially what we're going to be talking about is how to tell the difference between a wolf and a sheep. Okay? Now, you'd think this would be easy for people to do. Okay? But actually it's real hard in these days because you have this media trying to present well, here, let's look at an example. Okay, now if you see a picture, you can see there's a wolf wearing sheep's clothing. Okay, anyone in their right mind can see that, correct? Okay, now to take a person and determine whether that person's a wolf or not is a lot different. Okay, because the picture, it's obvious. They've already told you who the wolf is. And they've already told you that he's wearing sheep's clothing. Okay? That's pretty obvious. But what's harder is to see, like I said, to come up with the valid conclusion that this individual is a wolf. Say if this wasn't a cartoon, but now it's a picture of an individual sitting there. Now it's a lot harder to see whether that individual's a wolf or a sheep. Okay? And the way society's set up today is that they've got a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing, and they maintain that by the media or by convincing people to spread that message out there. Okay? So, and we talked about a couple of different examples here in my last couple of videos. Here's one on Timmy Riley here. You know, Timmy's been involved with perjury and home invasion, arresting people without a warrant, invading their home without a warrant. So, those are the facts. But if you've never met Timmy, okay, then you may or may not know that, okay, depending on what information you've been presented with. Okay, same thing here with the county attorney here, Chris Carpin. Now, if you go by the newspaper, you think he's the most wonderful person in the world because if you read any of these articles about Chris Carpin here, it doesn't say anything. It's like I keep on saying he's a god. Okay. See? Because there's not a speck of dirt on him. He's never done anything wrong, according to this newspaper here. Okay? See, anytime the picture looks too perfect, usually there's something wrong. Okay? So that's where you got to ask yourself, is there an agenda here to present this guy as so perfect? I don't know about you, but I make mistakes. And, I'm sure you do too. See? But according to this, it would appear that he's never made a mistake. Okay? And if you go to his website, look, he spent 18 years either prosecuting felony-level crimes or representing various cities and counties in almost every civil capacity imaginable. But does it ever say that he made a mistake in any of this? No. It's just how wonderful he is. See, again, he's perfect. He's like a god. Well, see, like I said, usually when that's the situation, you've got a wolf projecting themselves as a sheep. Okay? Because I know who Chris Carpin is, and I can guarantee I can tell you all sorts of things bad about him. Same thing with Timmy Riley. I can guarantee I can tell you all sorts of bad things about him. But you have all these little spinners of lies here that are trying to create this illusion that a wolf is a sheep. Here's the Echo Press doing it. Here's the Polk County Tribune spinning this tale, a story, okay, which in marketing is what they call a brand, okay, because it's a story about Timmy Riley, and they want to convince you that Timmy Riley's wonderful and Chris Carpin is wonderful, okay. See, and the trick is to get you to focus on the sheep's skin and not on the wolf. Okay? Because look, here what they say is Timmy Riley, sheriff. Okay? So what they want you to focus it on is the sheriff part. Because, I mean, who doesn't want a sheriff, okay? A sheriff is supposed to be honest and dedicated and, fearless and blah, 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 okay? So they talk about how Timmy is the sheriff, okay? And that's the article here. You can see he's responsible for people, and he's got, they're rebuilding his office, and a sheriff has got to do paperwork and all sorts of blah, blah, blah stuff, okay? That's the sheepskin. Okay, what's Timmy Riley's actual actions? Well, see, that's what they don't want to talk about. That's the perjury. That's the home invasions. That's the arrests without a warrants. See, those are his actions. Those are the acts of a wolf. Okay, so they can't focus on that. They've got to focus you on the sheepskin. Okay, same thing with Chris Carpin. Okay, do you hear anything, see anything about a criminal defamation case that was filed against him? No, no. See, all you hear about is how Chris Carpin, how he shed the bonds of government employment. Okay, well, all you have to do is read, in the Echo Press, how he lost his ass in the election. Okay, people got shed of him. Okay, not the other way around. But see, again, he's pretending he's the sheep. Oh, I decided to leave. No, you got booted out. See? So that's what you got to really watch out for. Is the wolf portraying himself as a sheep. Alright? And again, what you can tell, and usually is a dead giveaway, is this sheep skin. You can see the sheep skin is dead. Okay? So I like to say, it's people acting like they're plastic. Okay? There is no life to it. It just seems so sanitized and so manufactured. Okay? You can see this is a manufactured disguise. He took a sheepskin, he created a sheepskin, and he's wearing it. Okay? That's what they do in the real world too. It's called branding or rebranding or reinventing yourself or inventing yourself. What the problem is they get a bad reputation, and they need to, someone's exposed them as a wolf. Okay? So the old sheepskin doesn't work anymore, so they got to get a new sheepskin. That's rebranding, essentially. Okay? And the second strategy that they have is to just keep it a secret. And that's what they were doing for the longest time. They want to keep it a secret about his criminal activity. They want to keep it a secret about his activity. But see, their brands were so bad, they had to get it in the paper. But now if you talk about Judge John Staffshold, okay, you don't hear a word about him. See? Because the information's so bad, they just got to keep it a complete secret. They don't even want to talk about him. Alright? And that's called a public secret. There's numerous complaints against that crook. Okay? John Besser was out there bullhorning about all he stole from him. But the Glenwood newspaper didn't put a single thing about it in the newspaper. Okay? Because it used to be, anytime we'd hand out flyers in Glenwood, it would be in the police blotter. Okay? The police were calling up themselves and saying, oh, there's flyers all around. They realized that was a mistake because it was creating publicity for us. And they couldn't have that. Same thing with the bullhorning. It shows that there's resistance out there, and they do not want people to join. Alright? So the next strategy, like I said, is to keep it a secret. I mean, it's out there for you, but the newspaper isn't going to tell you. The sheriff isn't going to tell you. The county commissioners aren't going to tell you. The people who live in town aren't going to tell you necessarily, or the people in the country aren't going to tell you because they're scared. Okay? Or they're in on it. Or they belong to their party. All sorts of, stupid reasons why they're covering up for these lawless crooks. Okay? So, again, what they do is they just bury this information. It might be in a court case, it was, or or it might be in a police report, or it might be in a front page newspaper story. But what they do is they just don't talk about it. Okay, and here's the definition of a public secret. A public secret, a fact that is publicly known but not known by the public, for they make it impossible for citizens to debate and help decide the matters the secrets concern. One can hardly get agitated about a policy one does not know exists. Okay, and that's from this book here, Unreliable Sources. Okay, and then if you read the scriptures, it says, "For everyone that does evil hates the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved." Okay, so like I said, they just bury it. They cover this all up because how many videos do I have saying that that John Staffschild's a crook? All sorts of them. How many videos do I have that saying Timmy Riley's a crook? All sorts of them. How many videos do I have that saying Neil Nelson's a crook or Chris Carpin? Any of these people that have clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence. Okay, I'm not scared to talk about it. I'm coming to the light. I'm telling you exactly what's happening. Do any of these other people, the people who I'm talking about, come up, get on the front page of the newspaper and either admit to what's going on or deny what's going on, talk about what's going on? No. They are so scared because of the clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence. They're guilty of sin. That's why they're hiding in the darkness there. See? That's how it is. So again, all you have to do is get your message out there, and you can start to cause doubt. How can you trust any arrest? How can you trust any conviction? You can't trust any of them, can you? See? Because these people have this image, like I said, of a judge. Well, a judge is supposed to be honest, right? Well, when you start putting out contradictory evidence that they've been arrested and resist arrest, now it starts to undermine that confidence. Or, like I said, a cop does not arrest innocent people, but you start presenting evidence that they are arresting innocent people, it starts to trash their reputation. You think of the Ward County attorney, and you think that that's their job to prosecute people. Okay? But when you start presenting evidence that they're maliciously prosecuting people, it starts to undermine their confidence. The confidence in the public in them. All right? So that's what these people are deathly scared of. Okay? So that's why they have to resort to these tactics of keeping everything a secret, or like I said, just making sure that whatever information they put out is so phony, that the average idiot believes it. Okay? Because you only hear one side of the story. You don't hear how their actions are like a wolf. Okay? So everyone's so beguiled by the sheepskin there that no one pays attention to what the facts are. And of course, no one's going to be friends with a wolf. Okay? So they're going to be in denial. Oh, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Well, geez, I've got, like I said, their own records proving they're a wolf. I got video of them acting like wolves. Okay? So, the thing is, when they walk like a wolf, they talk like a wolf, well, chances are they're the wolf. Okay? So, that's the thing. And again, make sure you have clear, precise, unquestionable evidence. Make sure you get your camera out there and stick it in these people's faces. And, back up what you're saying. See? And that's what destroys the reputation of these people, is because you have clear, precise, and unquestionable video of them acting like a wolf. Okay? Hand out your flyers. Educate the people that these people are acting like wolves. Okay? Like I said, I just handed out this just generic little flyer there, and they created a smear campaign against me. See? Because they were so scared that their phony reputation was being exposed. Okay? So get out your bullhorn and start proclaiming it, to the population that these people are wolves. Okay? So don't be fooled by these two different tactics. Okay? Thank you for your time.